In a day and age where side hustles are all the rage and trying to earn extra income on top of your main job is a goal for many. Also, being able to earn that money from the comfort of your own home would be an added bonus. I tried that too by selling print on demand through Etsy. How'd that go? Well, in this video I'm going to share with you what I learned about selling on Etsy, the products I sold, how I got everything set up, and some tips I wish I had known before starting. I spent countless hours researching and making designs to place on the items that I chose to sell. The goal was to generate a product one time and then be able to sell it over and over again with little to no involvement. While I'm not currently selling on Etsy, I wanted to share with you my experiences in hopes that it will be informative should that be something that you're interested in starting. If you're thinking about selling on Etsy, then I encourage you to continue watching this video. But before we dive into that, if you'd like to see more videos like this, please hit that like button. It lets me know that the content I'm providing to you is important and that you'd like to see more of it. In fact, the greatest compliment I can receive is by you subscribing to this channel. Doing that helps this channel to grow and spread the word to more people. Thank you. For those of you that aren't familiar with what Etsy is, it's an American e-commerce marketplace. Etsy has a worldwide reach that focuses on handmade or vintage items and craft supplies. There's a wide range of categories from jewelry to clothing, home decor and furniture, toys, arts and crafts. A seller can open a store on Etsy and list items for sale, eliminating the need for a more traditional brick-and-mortar store. Etsy was founded in 2005 and through its growth became a publicly traded company in 2015. At the end of the third quarter of 2023, Etsy reached 92 million active buyers and a gross merchandise sales of $9.15 billion. There are over 100 million items for sale on the platform thanks to the over 7.5 million active sellers. So what is an active seller? An active seller is considered by Etsy as someone who has incurred at least one charge from them in the last 12 months. So this doesn't mean that they actually sold anything. Like myself, they could have simply had their listing set to auto-renew and was billed their listing fee, and that is considered an active seller. Based on a statement made by Josh Silverman, the CEO of Etsy, during a 2020 investor presentation, the average Etsy seller makes around $2,900 a year. With that said, Etsy doesn't release any specific information about seller revenue, so it's unclear whether this includes only active sellers or every shop that's open, whether they make a sale or not. Based on quarter 4 results from 2021, that number has dropped to $2,281. Now remember, this is sales dollars and not profit dollars. So what is print on demand? Print on demand is a made-to-order business in which you have products such as shirts, coffee mugs, accessories, and home decor that are produced only when you receive an order. My Etsy shop focused primarily on shirts, sweatshirts, coffee mugs, and garden flags. Being made to order means that you do not have to have any inventory on hand. However, you do have to create the designs that are to be printed on a selected item, which can take a lot of time and effort. For example, a buyer goes to your Etsy shop and likes a particular shirt design that you have for sale. That buyer then makes a purchase through Etsy. From that point forward, your print-on-demand supplier prints the item, fulfills the order, and ships it to the buyer. Since Etsy is a marketplace and not strictly a print-on-demand store, you have to integrate your store and products to a third-party print-on-demand fulfillment service. I personally use Printify, but there are others out there like Printful and Awkward Styles. Printify sells tons of different items that you can have your designs placed on. Since these sites are not Etsy, your orders get routed through the fulfillment service, and you have to pay the upfront cost of that item at time of purchase. If you're watching this video, you've probably seen the other videos on YouTube that say make an extra $5,000 a month on Etsy or something to that effect. Sales are great, but profit is what matters. So let's dive into the fees that you can expect to pay on Etsy, and possibly even some of the ones you wouldn't expect. You'll be charged a listing fee of 20 cents for each item that you list for sale on Etsy, and that is good for 4 months. After 4 months, that listing will either expire, or you can manually or automatically have it renewed. You will also be charged 20 cents after each sale of that particular item. Etsy also charges a transaction fee of 6.5% of the price you display for each listing, plus the amount you charge for shipping, gift wrapping upon the sale of the item. If you have free shipping or shipping is included, then you will just be charged on the display price. A real eye-opening charge from Etsy is the off-site advertising they have on social networks and search engines. If an ad includes your listing, a buyer clicks on it and then places any orders from your shop within 30 days of that click, you will be charged an advertising fee on these orders up to 15% unless you opt out of off-site ads. This charge is very challenging to factor into pricing because you never know when it could happen. So let's break down what this looks like. Let's say you sell an item for $25 on Etsy. Etsy will charge you 6.5% transaction fee plus the listing fee of 20 cents plus a payment fee of 3% plus 25 cents, which on this item is $1. So on your $25 item, you have a total of $2.83 in fees. Then say the cost of the item from the print supplier is $10 and shipping is $5. Your $25 sale is now roughly $7.17 in profit. That is roughly a 28% margin. To factor that, simply take the profit divided by the list price. Keep in mind that most of your items won't sell, so make sure that your pricing covers all the fees for the items that do sell. Think about it in terms of the 80-20 rule. 20% of your items will do well and support the remaining 80%. The last thing you want to do is to make a sale and owe money to Etsy because you didn't have your items priced correctly. For example, if you're selling a shirt, how are you going to take a picture of that shirt with your design? You can buy blank mock-ups of models of both male and female who are wearing that blank shirt and color. You can then upload your design onto that mock-up as the visual for your item. Typical mock-up sellers have hundreds of items and styles along with different backgrounds and layouts to choose from. The cost to purchase a single mock-up can be a couple of dollars. You also have the option to buy access to all of that particular seller's mock-ups, both current and future, and that can be pricey. These costs will lower your profit but are needed in order to make your listing look more professional. However, there are some popular mock-up sellers on Etsy, which means multiple print-on-demand sellers might have the same pictures but with different designs. In order to create some of your designs, you will probably need some programs to assist you. If you're artistically challenged like myself, you can use an online subscription-based program called Creative Fabrica. For a monthly or yearly fee, you can have access to millions of different designs and fonts to help you customize any design that you can imagine. Creative Fabrica is a platform for crafters and graphic designers to sell their designs while also being a marketplace where people can buy designs, fonts, illustrations for use on their print-on-demand merchandise. One program that I found helpful was Everbee, which is a Chrome extension market research tool that allows Etsy users to boost their sales through optimizing SEO. They have a free plan which has limited features and availability, and a growth plan that offers much more extensive research and analytic tools. You can view competitor shops and see what they're selling and what SEO they're using. You can get their estimated sales and revenue numbers as well. Another program that I utilized in order to create my designs was Canva. Canva is an online graphics design program that allows you to create logos, videos, social media posts, etc. I would upload the mock-up into Canva and then place my design on it, and voila, I had an image ready to promote my new listing. By selling print on demand through Etsy, technically you're buying an item from the print fulfillment service and reselling it to a buyer on Etsy. When you purchase the item from the print supplier, you pay taxes on that item. You then sell the finished item to your buyer through Etsy. I'm not here to give tax advice, so I would ask your tax preparer about the proper way to handle this issue. The time it takes to research, design, and list items in your store is very consuming. It's a significant investment. With print on demand, there is a lot of competition, and I mean a lot. You need to list many items. Some bigger shops have thousands of items for sale, so it's advisable to at least have a couple of hundred, and they need to have high quality images to promote them. You'll also need to learn marketing and best practices for SEO, as Etsy is like a giant search engine. Similar to YouTube, Etsy has its own algorithm, one you should attempt to understand to get the best results. Cross-promote on social media and try to drive people to your store. Etsy also gives you the ability to run ads on its platform for a fee. You have to set your budget and then choose which listings to advertise, and then Etsy attempts to optimize your items where they think they'll be performing the best. There are some sellers on Etsy who are absolutely crushing it. In order to do well though, like with most things, you have to have a passion for it and give it your best effort. The more exposure you can give to your store, the more likely you are to succeed. But don't go into it with the mindset that this is going to be easy money. I think you'll find it quite challenging if you don't have a lot of products in your store. As I said earlier, the print-on-demand segment is very competitive. You'll have to find a niche that may be untapped or just do it better than the next person. If you can accomplish this, then it's quite possible you can break through and find some level of success. If you only plan on posting a couple of items, chances are you might not do very well. But whatever route you take, know that Etsy takes work and it isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. With that said, thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you liked this video and that you got something out of it. I encourage you to watch more videos as it relates to personal finance on this channel. And feel free to comment below on any successes and struggles you may have had with Etsy or with another side hustle in general. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.